All right, looks like we have a verdict. Um, Now, when the judge started off, I kind of got a little worried when he said this.
Good morning to everyone. Before we proceed, I'm going to request that there be no outbursts during these proceedings this morning.
When he said that, I was like, oh, what the hell he about to say? But then, when I saw the judge get choked up, I knew it was a done deal.
These findings by the court are overwhelmingly supported by all the evidence provided by the state's witnesses, particularly the brave testimony provided by DL.
That judge is choked up. He had to pause and pull himself together to continue on.
In his statements to law enforcement.
Hold up. I'm sorry. I don't mean to stop it, but look at his face. That shit got me tearing up just looking at it. God damn. Look at that. That's when it becomes real at what he did to this little girl. Look at his face.
Law enforcement.
Look, you see that? When a man looks up like that, it's taking everything in him not to break the fuck down. That, oh my God. The paper is shaking. Look at that.
Additionally, the testimony of Brink offered through his discovery deposition and his statements made to police. All of this was further supported by the testimony and statements made by Isha and Andrea.
I tell you, the ancestors was at work on this case. They were at work. And the universe was. And I tell you, because he got stuck in the damn ditch.
The defendant then, in the process of leaving the area, became stuck off the side of the road. He then walked to US 61 and flagged down a vehicle driven by Jared Brink. Brink then proceeded to drive the defendant back to the area where the Chevy Impala the defendant was operating was stuck off the roadway. Brink then removed the vehicle utilizing a chain. The defendant offered Brink $100 for his help, which Brink refused.
Refused it. Gave him $100. And he refused it. He distinctly remembered that. So the sentencing. So he was found guilty. And let's take a look at the charges.
Count 1, murder in the first degree. The court finds the state has met its burden of proof in this case. The court finds beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed murder in the first degree. The court finds beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant acted with malice of forethought and willfully and premeditatedly and with the specific intent to kill Breasia Terrell, shot her on July 10th of 2020. And as a result of being shot, Breasia Terrell died. Thus, the defendant is guilty of the crimes of murder in the first degree. Accordingly, the court, based on the testimony of the witnesses and review of the exhibits offered in this case, finds the defendant, Henry Earl Dinkins, guilty of the offense of murder in the first degree in violation.
He said no outbursts.
Of Iowa Code Section 707.2, paren 1, paren B. Count 2,
What?
kidnapping first.
Why is he shaking his head like he can't believe this is happening? This dude is a trip.
Degree. The court finds the state has met its burden of proof in this case. The court finds beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed kidnapping first degree. The court finds beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant removed Breasia Terrell on July 10th, 2020 from the apartment in which he was caring for her with the specific purpose of inflicting serious injury upon Breasia Terrell. The defendant knew he did not have the consent or authority of Breasia Terrell to do so, and as a result of that removal intentionally subjected Breasia Terrell to serious injury, that being death. Accordingly, the court, based on the testimony of the witnesses and a review of the exhibits offered in this case, finds the defendant, Henry Earl Dinkins, guilty of the offense of kidnapping first degree in violation of Iowa Code Section 710.2. It is therefore ordered and adjudged and decreed that the defendant, Henry Earl Dinkins, is guilty of the offense of, under count 1, murder in the first degree in violation of Iowa Code Section 707.2, paren 1, paren B, and guilty under count 2, kidnapping first degree in violation of Iowa Code Section 710.2, as contained in the trial information filed by the state of Iowa. It is further ordered an informal pre-sentence investigation report shall be prepared by the 7th Judicial District Department of Correctional Services. The PSI shall be electronically filed by noon 3 days prior to the date of sentencing. It is further ordered sentencing in this matter is scheduled for October 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon. It is further ordered the defendant is being found guilty of forcible felony shall remain in the Scott County Jail pending sentencing without bond. Thank you.
That's it. October 11th. We'll see how much time he gets. But his ass is out of here. Gone. I didn't know he shot her 3 times.
It is at this pond that the court finds the defendant willfully, deliberately, and with premeditation killed Breasia by shooting her 3 times.
He shot her 3 times. Then after he left, he got stuck in a ditch. Needed help getting out the ditch. The witness was there to say that yes, he was there at that place and time, and I didn't know that they recovered the weapon out of the pond.
While at the apartment, the defendant went into the bedroom and retrieved something from his closet, which he had exclusive use of, and Andrea was unable to see the object retrieved. The court finds that the defendant either retrieved the gun used to kill Breasia or another item to facilitate his murder of Breasia. The size of the revolver retrieved from the pond would have been easily concealed.
This guy is so guilty, and it feels good to see justice served. That's my time. That's all I got. See y'all later.